Hello there. No, don't get up. How's the prepping going? I bet. Do you need any help? Hey, I know how it is. Getting ready for a big mission means a lot of steps. And it's easy to forget some, even if you have a list. So if you'd like me to cross-check your efforts, I'm happy to do that. What are Guildmasters for? I'm always happy to help you with your work. How else are you going to learn? My point exactly. What have you got so far? Okay, how many packs of provisions then? For how many days? That should be plenty. You don't want to over-encumber the party. They can't move as fast if their packs are stuffed with food. What else? Okay, right, those are all important. Again, try to keep the weight down. I feel like speed and stealth will be important on this mission. Hey, I know we deal with all sorts of monsters and creepies and other things coming out of the hills and mountains and dungeons, but rarely is it the case that speed and stealth aren't important. They always come in handy. So yeah, make sure to keep things light. Especially for the fairy. Mirabette, wasn't it? Yeah, her. She can carry the least of anyone. Never forget what your party can handle, both together and individually. Don't worry, I think you're doing a great job. Honestly, very on top of things. Oh yeah, better than I could have done early on. It took me a while to get comfortable putting together balanced parties and handling all the pre-planning work. The prep is some of the hardest part, especially since they trust you to get it right. What time are they heading out tomorrow? Oh, that's perfect. Gives time for a good breakfast. Have you done the briefing? Excellent, you're doing great. So just one more last-minute briefing before they go out and you'll be done. Why, are you worried about that? You think the team isn't built well? No, I do. I think you built a strong team. I wouldn't have approved this party if I didn't think you'd built a good composition. They all get along, they all have different strengths, and they're all very suited to the mission at hand. Should take them maybe 3 days to get out there, handle whatever's lurking in that cave, and get back. I think you nailed it. Another bit of evidence that management is your calling. Well, yeah, about that. Are you sure you're okay with not going with the party? I mean, I definitely don't think you should go. That did not end well last time, but I want to be sure you feel okay about it. Like you're not missing out or something. I get that. And you do need to build up some adventuring yourself, even if you plan to go into Guildmastering eventually. Maybe we do this. You go with them to the first checkpoint, and then you stay close in case they need anything. Let the veteran adventurers do what they do best, and you provide support as needed. Meanwhile, we can find some smaller monsters for you to work on, either alone or in a group. Build your skills and your connections at the same time. What do you think? Good. I think it's a fair compromise. Eventually, I'll teach you some of the techniques I use to keep in touch with parties on the road or parties in distress. We have a variety of magics at our disposal for things like that. That takes more training than we have time for, but I doubt any of that'll be needed on this one. You've got all the bases covered. Can I see the map? Okay, thank you. This is the route, the red line here. I think that's probably the best course, direct but also with cover, and as much high ground as possible. I couldn't have picked it better myself. Hey, give yourself some credit. You're doing a really good job. I know it's a little scary, running a mission and having everyone put their trust in your planning, but you seem very capable. Like I said, I wouldn't trust you with any of it otherwise. You're welcome. You sure you're doing okay? You seem a little preoccupied. Anything I can do to help? I mean, the prep seems to be mostly done. You have everything sorted and organized, even neatly labeled in some cases. The weapons look clean, nothing's in disrepair. You've even considered the dietary restrictions of dwarves, which is very thoughtful of you. I don't know what else you can do right now. You just have to wait until morning and then see them off. Pass the first checkpoint anyway. They can handle it from there, and then you can debrief them after, find out what worked and what didn't, and get intel on the monster, all that. Don't worry, if you don't feel like you're doing enough now, wait until the post-mission paperwork. Sweetness, there is always paperwork. We have to record what happened during the mission, everyone's individual accounts, which means one-on-one interviews within the first 24 hours of their return. We have to count inventory and see what was used, what was damaged, all that. Slot in the replacement and repair schedule, make all that a priority. Then we have to file official reports on the monster itself, what the team learned about it, all those details. That goes into a report that goes to the town council and also into our records, which we can then study as needed. And then, after all that, we can relax for like a minute or two. But seriously, you seem to be struggling a bit with confidence. Is that maybe accurate? I get it, believe it or not. I was exactly like you once not long ago. Of course. I'm super confident now, but I wasn't always. Before I was Guildmaster, I was a very nervous apprentice. I had to learn quickly that people will respect you if you respect yourself first. And that if I wanted a seat at the table, I had to act like I belonged there, even if I didn't feel it. Well, I practiced. I pretended to be confident, even if I didn't feel it. I spoke with authority, and I didn't let people speak over me. I made lots of very direct eye contact, and I made it very clear that I knew what I was doing. I had studied, I'd worked hard, and I earned my place. I wasn't going to let anyone take that from me. Eventually, I began to realize that I really did deserve to be here. I even convinced myself. Oh, that's not to say imposter syndrome doesn't still hit sometimes. I have days when I really don't know what I'm doing, or at least it feels that way. But I also know I'm good at my job. I work hard, I never stop learning new things, and I keep my mind very open. That's a good thing for you. You're here because of my open mind, because I could see in you the things that just might make you great too. You mean if the mission goes badly? There's only so much you can do. You've done everything you have the power to change. And when the rest is out of your hands, all you can do is sit back and wait, and accept that sometimes things will go sideways through no fault of your own. Someone might get hurt or killed. That's the worst case. But there are lesser potential problems too. All you can do is what you've done. You make your party as ready as you can, and you trust that they can handle it. If they can't, you learn and adjust. You own it because you're the Guildmaster, and you take whatever slings and arrows come your way, but you also use it to make yourself better. We get stronger from what we experience. It's vital that we never stop. Make sense? I'm going to tell you something that I think you probably already suspect, but here it is anyway. This mission, this is a test for you, of sorts. I put your name before the town council as my successor, and they said you needed to prove your worth a bit before they'd allow it. They trust my judgment, but only so far. So if all this goes well, you'll be officially named as my apprentice Guildmaster, with all the rights and privileges afforded thereto. If it doesn't, we regroup. It's not a no from the council if that happens. They know missions are a gamble. They know the variables that could be affected, but you'll have to keep trying. Keep working and learning and growing until something goes really right. Then they'll give their blessing. So it's not a no, just a delay. And that's the worst case. Try to relax. I know it's easier said than done, and I know your past experiences have been less than stellar, but take a few deep breaths. You can only check that list so many times. You can only oil the leather and fill the water skins so many times. You've done a great job. You're preparing your party for anything that might come at them, and you're giving them the guidance they need to face what's out there. What more can you do? What more could anyone do? Exactly. A guildmaster isn't a micromanager. You can't hold their hands and make sure they come back alive. This is the work they want to be doing. A good leader finds the strengths in their team and gives them the tools to help them shine. You don't do it for them, you empower them to do it. And you cheer them on the whole way. Make sense? I hope so, because I really do see greatness in you. I see potential. And the team does too, otherwise they wouldn't listen to you. Right. Everyone here wants you to succeed, so give yourself the best chance to do that. And give yourself a break. You're just one person trying to do a job. It's an important job, but it's still a job. It's not who you are in your entirety. It's not the only thing that matters. Do the best you can and then leave the rest to the team, okay? Promise? Good. Now you need to go get some rest. Yes, you do. Have the cook give you something to help you sleep if you need it, but definitely rest. Tomorrow's a big day. You'll want to be rested and full of energy. You're welcome. You got this, my friend. Just have faith in yourself. And remember, I'm always in your corner. Completely. I want you to be the next Guildmaster, so of course I have your back. And personally, I just want you to find success. You've definitely earned it. Okay then, to bed. I'll see you in the morning for the start of your big redemption arc. Most definitely. I'm sure the mission will go great. Hey, you lovely goobers, be sure to comment on this audio because I'll pin my favorite comment. Big shout out to Lobera. You're this audio's randomly selected Sweetness patron. Do you want to be a Sweetness patron? Support me on Patreon. The link is in the description for that and lots of other stuff. Your support is the only reason I can keep making audios. Check out some of the other audios, I have more than 700 of them, and thanks for listening.